We heard a lot of really interesting stuff over the weekend about Fallout 76's Wastelanders update, and this is a lot of really good news, but we know how a trailer can really sell a game. We were sold a unfinished product a couple of years ago with Fallout 76, so it's understandable to be a little hesitant, but with a lot of the things that they are talking about, a lot of the things that we have been seeing over the past couple of months, I think that they're doing whatever they can to start this year on the right foot. Fallout 76 has had a rocky launch and a rocky first year with a lot of downtime in terms of content. But with this new update, it's a new start for Bethesda, and fans of Fallout 76 are excited to return to Appalachia along with the NPCs. And out of all of the things that we have heard during the live stream last weekend, I gotta say, one of the most important things that is coming in April is the new instancing technology, and I'm going to talk about it today and why you should be excited too.
So, instances.
Instances were a huge step for us because one of the things that allows us to do is make it so we're telling a tailored story to the person that's entering it. Before, when you would go into these places, who knows what state it would be in? People could have cleared out the entire dungeon. There could be literally nothing left for you to do. And so that's kind of a hit or miss experience. And also, there's no way that we could really react to you, like your decisions, your choices. Instances make it to where we can cumulatively, step by step, keep track of what you've chosen, and then it's reflected as you're going on. And also, you will not get an empty dungeon. You will get an experience which is going to be full of life, tailored to you going in there.
Instancing in gaming is sort of the modern solution to a problem that MMORPGs have had since the early days of WoW. Players were getting frustrated having to go to a location for a quest or an event, and having found that another group has already swept through the area, killing all the enemies that you need to kill, gathering all the necessary resources, and in this event, you would just have to wait for the items or the enemies or whatever you're doing to respawn before you can continue. Understandably, this is very frustrating, and it could really hinder the experience of the game, especially if the only reason is you logged in a couple of minutes after the guy before you. And Fallout 76 is really no stranger to this. It's very easy to go to a location for a quest. You get there and you find all the enemies have already been cleared out, so really all you need to do is go to the quest marker on your map, do the thing, and then move on. Now, this is good if you're trying to speed run the game, but it really takes away some of the experience of discovering a new location and exploring it. One of the main strengths of the Fallout series is you exploring this ruined world, and it feels even more empty if the enemies are gone too. Along with the NPCs, this new instancing technology is really going to help Appalachia feel more alive for the players. You want to think of each interior location or each quest as a parallel universe. As you enter these locations, these dungeons, these caves, or enter in these quest areas, you're going to enter in a parallel universe where there is 1,000 of them, and every player with their own group gets to experience the same thing on their own. Meaning every enemy, every thing of loot that you find is going to be yours. It's going to be for everybody that enters into that place. There's not going to be anybody clearing this before you, so you get this whole experience. And they've been slowly ramping up the instancing in this game. It actually started with the loot early on, so people couldn't just take all the loot in the game before you. Now they're moving it towards the interior locations, and I think this really opens up a door to what they can do next with this, and you should think about the kind of content that the developers can bring to the game now. And I'm mostly talking about more competitive gameplay modes. Now, I'm not the first person to say that Battle Royale was okay at the start, and they have tried to make some strides to make it better, but it really does fall flat, especially on PC. It's really unplayable with the hackers, but with this new instancing technology, you can create other quality, streamlined multiplayer game modes, kind of like how Red Dead Redemption 2 does it. They have all these different playlists that you can join from the server, and when enough people have joined into that lobby, you're moved to an instanced part of the world where you can play with only those other players that have joined. I think that those game modes will definitely fit Fallout 76 better than Nuclear Winter. It doesn't really fit in with the lore at all, what you're supposed to be doing in Nuclear Winter. So I think with these gameplay modes, you can really sort of play to the factions a little bit, and you can give a little bit of story as you are playing against other players. And that is just one example of where they can take this new technology. Obviously, there's a bunch of things they can do with it. They started to do vault raids, and that was an okay concept, but they can really tweak it a little bit and make instancing locations where you can fight boss level characters like the Scorchbeast Queen, where it doesn't really affect those lower level players. That means you can make these quests in those lower level zones for those end game players, and they won't even notice the difference. But I think that's going to do it for this video. I really wanted to highlight the importance of this technology for those of you that may not know about it. It really is a big deal, something that you may not notice right away, but it really is going to lead to a better experience for all of us. And if you're looking for other examples of instancing in other games, I really suggest you try out Destiny 2. It's free to play on Steam, and it really gives you a really good example of how this technology works. Just try joining into a quest and look around as you see the other players start to disappear as you enter in those areas where the bosses are. It isn't really supposed to be something that you notice, but it is a really cool fix to a problem that has been plaguing multiplayer games for a while, and I am really glad that Fallout 76 is going to incorporate it going forward. I want to thank you guys for checking out this video. If you want to see more Fallout 76 content, please subscribe at the button down below. It really does help the channel, and I'm going to be uploading a lot more content in the coming weeks about Fallout 76. We are really close to that date, and I am super excited. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.